Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. Merry Christmas. So we are about 3 weeks out from Dominaria Remastered releasing. We've seen most of the cards. They look great. Can you believe the stuff that's getting printed in this set? Force of Will, the Tutor Cycle from Mirage Block, Sylvan Library. Just so many great cards and classic things too, like Swords to Plowshares, Birds of Paradise, all of these old cards, some of them in the retro frame, some of them in the retro frame with the original artwork. Things like basic lands are being reprinted with the ABU artwork in the retro frame. So people are going to go nuts for this stuff. This, like I said a few weeks ago when I did a video about some of the cards in the set, this is going to be the true Magic 30 set. Not that garbage that WotC released and sold $1,000 for 60 fake Magic cards. This is the true Magic 30 set, but what is it going to cost you? And I'm going to make some arguments here and then give you my advice for buying this set. So the first thing that I want to point out is, besides just all the great cards, and let's just go ahead and treat ourselves to another page of these, just all the great cards, all the retro frame stuff, all of the original artwork, and just so many great cards. And do not underestimate people's nostalgia, people's desire to open this just to experience opening these retro frame gorgeous classic cards. And even if you're not into that, keep in mind other people are. I mean, I'm excited as hell for this set, and I barely have time to play Magic anyway, and I'm excited. Like, I want to buy a box just to open for myself, just for fun. And so just keep in mind that kind of, and I'll call it's hysteria. That kind of hysteria for what they have put into this set is real, and it will affect the market. And there's something that I really want to point out here. Here's Birds of Paradise retro frame from Dominaria Remastered, okay? So a black border retro frame, original artwork. This is the ABU 4th edition, 5th edition. I think 6th edition had this artwork also before they finally changed it in 7th edition. So this was the artwork that people like me who played Magic in the 90s were used to. And with the retro frame, with a black border. And what are the prices? You can see actual sales of this card, $20. Lots of sales, pre-sales of this card at $20 on TCG Player. Now, let's go look at something. So here I've pulled up revised 4th, 5th, and 6th edition. I've sorted by near mint. You could go buy an original 30-year-old card, nearly 30-year-old card, for what? $12, $13, $14 for 5th edition. The revised are a little more, about $30. But 6th edition and 4th edition here running between $12 and $15. So you could go get near mint copies of the original card. Now, they're white bordered, and some people will argue that that makes a big difference, and that's a subjective thing. But the point is, you can go get the original cards for $12, $13, $14, $15 in near mint. But people are lining up to pay $20 on pre-sale for the black bordered versions of this card. And the point of this is, do not underestimate the hype and the anticipation for this set. I think it's going to be huge. Now, what does that mean for the price? So if we come over here and we look, currently $185 for the draft booster boxes. That seems pretty reasonable. I'm not blown away by that price. It's a premium price set. It's sold at a premium price through the distribution network. Hopefully, WotC will not repeat the mistakes of Time Spiral Remastered, will not underprint this product like they did on Time Spiral Remastered, and hopefully the supply of this will be good. It'll go through the normal distribution network and not be immediately dumped to Amazon. We hope. Now, $185 seems like a good price. That's okay. If you want to buy this, pre-order it to open, yeah, I think it's fine to go ahead and buy some of it today. Maybe wait. I mean, we have 3 more weeks until it comes out, and it's a bad time of year in terms of markets. We're about to hit Christmas. People will have credit card bills coming due. So there's a chance that it drops some more from now until then, but that's going to be balanced on the other side of the market by just, like I said, the hype around the set, the great cards that are in it. Just anytime Force of Will is reprinted, I mean, that's going to prop up a set. Now, we'll look at the collector boxes. $287. I have one that I pre-ordered on Amazon about 3 months ago. Right now, it's saying that it'll fulfill at 240. WotC has a history of canceling those, a history of sometimes not canceling those. It's unreliable. We'll see if that one box actually fulfills and I get it for 240. 280. Now, here's the thing. Rudy made a video yesterday and he said that it looks like the supply is very tight on these. And there's no telling what will happen with additional release waves. You know, we have a little bit of history to look at, but we never know what WotC is going to do. We never know how much they print. We never know how much they're holding back at the warehouse in Austin. We never know how big the initial wave will be, the second wave, the potential third wave. And so it's really hard to make predictions on these collector boxes. It's a lot harder to make predictions on the collector boxes than the draft boxes even. But if we want to compare it to some other recent things, you know, Double Masters 2022 boxes, they've fallen down into the mid to low 200s. And Modern Horizons 2 collector boxes have recently on sale. You've been able to get them for about $340, but the normal headline price is about $370, $380. So, you know, those really bracket this, and those are both premium set. They are collector boxes from premium sets. They're not set boxes, but they're collector boxes from premium sets, and so their prices really bracket this. And so 286, again, if this is the kind of thing where you would like to eventually have 6 boxes of this back in your closet, you should probably pre-order 1 or 2 right now at this price, because maybe the price will collapse to, and I use collapse loosely, maybe it'll collapse to 250 or 240 or something in the coming weeks. Maybe a month after release, it'll fall down. But it could also turn the other way and go real high if the print runs are really tight. But I don't have a lot of faith in WotC that they have tight print runs right now. The other thing is, if you look over on WotC's site and you look at what's in these boxes, in the collector booster packs, there's no real sweet incentive. You know, Dominaria United tried to have the Lost Legends cards. Brothers War had the serialized retro frame artifacts. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty had the Neon Parallel Hidetsugu Chase cards. This doesn't really have any additional chase card type of thing. It just has a set full of great cards with great artwork, with copious use of the retro frame. And so there's nothing additional here that I would expect to really spike up the collector booster packs higher than just the rest of the set. So here's my advice. 286 for the collector box. Like I said, maybe pre-order one to hedge your bets. And if we get into February and the prices come down to say 230, 240 or so, maybe you'll fill out your position. But otherwise, you might just be happy putting back a bigger stack of the draft boxes. And that's really what I'm going to aim to do right now. Like I said, I have the one pre-order on Amazon at 240. Maybe it'll fill, maybe it'll get canceled. But I'm probably not going to buy a bunch of collector boxes of this right now. I'll wait for the future. I'll see if the price comes down a bit. If it doesn't and I miss out, I'm fine with that. I'll buy more draft boxes instead. Because like I said, there's no real sweetener added to the collector boxes on this set, in addition to it just being more full arts, more foils, things like that. And so you will get most of the same experience, most of the same long-term value in the draft boxes. The disparity that you might expect between long-term collector box performance and long-term draft box performance for Dominaria Remastered will be less than what you might expect for something like Kamigawa, where you have the Hidetsugu cards, or especially something like Brothers War with the serialized retro artifacts, assuming WotC doesn't water down the use of serialized cards too much in the future. So don't FOMO too hard, especially if the collector boxes take a turn upwards in the next few weeks. Let's say that in, over the course of the new year and the first week of January, as we get close to the release, let's say the supply is really tight and these go up to $350. Don't FOMO and buy a bunch at $350 expecting them to go up to $700 or $800. I don't think the market as a whole can support that right now. This is a great set, but again, there's no additional thing like serialized cards or bars of gold or anything in these boxes. So there's no real reason to FOMO along with the market. If it goes up too high and you miss out on the collector boxes, it's okay. Put back more of the draft boxes instead. They're gonna do great. I mean, just imagine the ABU artwork of basic lands reprinted with retro frames. Just gorgeous. There's so many people who will irrationally pay too much money for that, just like this. $20. I know they're getting a black border, and for some people that's a big deal, but $20 for a new Birds of Paradise when you can go out and buy the original real deal 1990s version in near mint for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bucks today. So people will do that same kind of craziness with the rest of the cards. They all have their own incentives, their own desires, and their reasons for paying the money for those things. And this set is so loaded with those kind of great classic cards with the retro frame, with the old artwork. It's going to do great. Don't worry about just buying draft boxes if the market moves crazy underneath you and you miss out on the collector boxes. So don't go in too hard on collector boxes now. Maybe hedge your position by buying 1/3. That's something I recommend a lot. Go ahead and pre-order a 1/3 of whatever your eventual desired position is. If it falls down later, you pick up the rest at a discount. If it rises up and you miss out, then you just buy draft boxes instead. So that's my plan right now. Let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.